I need to begin with an apology to fellow YouTuber Jeff Marshall. Many of you pointed this out, but it wasn't my intention to plagiarize his idea. I just noticed several channels in the railway fan corner of the internet doing this and thought, is nobody doing it for Frankfurt? Anyway, for this second installment in my series about the last stops on Frankfurt's S-Bahn system, I'm going to Ober-Roden, eastern terminus of the S1. The station was originally opened in 1896, part of a branch line that connected the city of Offenbach on the main Frankfurt to Bebra line to the Ludwig line and the Odenwald line. Later, another line was built to connect Ober-Roden directly with Frankfurt. There are now vague hopes that in future the station will be integrated into the West Tangent, a new public transport project now under construction. If the West Tangent does ever reach Ober-Roden, that will give the village a direct connection to the airport. But what of the village itself? Well, unfortunately, very little of its medieval character remains. There are a few timber-framed houses to give you an idea of what it once looked like, including one recently renovated by somebody who doesn't understand how the Fraktur font works. Sorry, this is a personal bugbear of mine. And it's a shame because Ober-Roden is very old. It goes back to the 8th century when it was mentioned as one of an association of 9 villages known as Rödermark. This very roughly corresponds to the modern municipalities of Rodgau and Rödermark, with Ober-Roden being a constituent part of the latter. The heart of the village, of course, is the church, this one dedicated to Saint Nazarius. The church that is now here was built in 1896, coincidentally the same year the railway station opened. It seems it was built on the site of the monastery mentioned in the 8th century, and which was also dedicated to St. Nazarius. Archaeologists uncovered evidence that there was a church here at that time, which over the centuries was extended and modernized until it was burned down during the 30 Years' War. A new church was built in 1660, but by the 19th century was in bad repair and too small for the growing population, leading to its demolition and the construction of the building we see today. St. Nazarius, incidentally, is not a well-known saint and is in fact probably not even based on a real person. According to legend, he and his young assistant St. Celsus helped Christianize this part of Europe until they were executed when they refused to make a sacrifice to the Roman gods. And without getting bogged down in a lengthy list of noble dynasties that at one time or another ruled over Rödermark and Ober-Roden itself, this is pretty much all there is to the village. The average tourist isn't going to find much to hold their interest, but if you're curious about what it feels like to be in an average little town on the outer edge of a city's commuter belt, it's well worth a visit.